Today in this video, we are going to discuss the difference between damages, fine, compensation and reparation. आपने इन वर्ड्स को लाइफ में कभी ना कभी यूज़ तो किया होगा। जैसे अगर किसी के डॉगी ने काटा तो बोला होगा तुम्हें मुझे कंपनसेशन देनी पड़ेगी। तुमने सामान लेट डिलीवर किया है तो हैरासमेंट जो हुई है उसके पैसे देने पड़ेंगे। Yes, all are monetary reliefs, but there is a fine difference between them. Let's understand the difference between these terminologies. First is damages. It is used in civil law. It is paid by the wrongdoer to the aggrieved party. It covers both the actual loss as well as payment for mental agony. Actual loss means loss occurred either due to damage to property or some bodily injury. The amount of damages depend upon case to case. There is no fixed criteria. Second is fine. It falls under criminal law. It is one of the recognized punishment under section 53 of IPC, which provides 5 types of punishment which can be given for commission of any offense such as death, life imprisonment and others. It is paid by the accused to the state. Yes, you heard it right. फाइन कभी भी विक्टिम को नहीं पे किया जाता. It is collected by the state. The amount of fine is prescribed in sections itself, in which punishment for offence is given. There are certain offences where no limit is prescribed. In such cases, court has discretion to determine the amount of fine. Compensation also forms part of criminal law, but it is not a form of punishment. It is granted to reduce the suffering of the victims. It is mainly granted by the accused, but in cases where accused is incapable to pay compensation or has not been charged due to lack of evidence or has absconded, then in those cases, state pays compensation to the victims. Section 357 of CRPC has empowered court to order accused to pay compensation for any offence covered under IPC or under any other law. It is the discretion of the court. Section 357A, which is added by 2009 amendment, has laid the victim compensation scheme. Under this, state pays compensation to the victims. Under Article 32, constitutional courts are also empowered to grant compensation if there is a violation of fundamental rights. The difference between fine and compensation is that fine is paid to the state and compensation to the victim. Fine is always paid by the accused, whereas compensation can be paid by the accused or by the state. Next term is reparation. Reparation is a term which is used not under Indian law but under international law, such as Basic Principle and Guidelines on the Right to Remedy and Reparation for Victims of Gross Violations of International Human Rights Law and Serious Violation of International Humanitarian Law. Like compensation, it is also used to benefit the victims. That's why it is often confused with compensation and used interchangeably. But there is a difference between the two. The term reparation is a wider term than compensation and it includes 4 components, that is restitution, compensation, rehabilitation and satisfaction. Restitution means to restore the victim to their original situation before the violation occurred. It is done either by restoration of liberty, return of property, return to one's place of residence and others. Compensation is paid for any economic loss such as loss of earnings, loss of property, etc. Rehabilitation includes medical and psychological care and legal and social services. Satisfaction is obtained by public apologies, judicial and administrative sanctions and others. Thus, reparation means complete justice to the victim. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.